Today, I'm going to show you how to improve your Duolingo English Test writing score by just asking 3 simple questions. So we're going to look at a real student answer, improve it together, and by the end, you will know exactly how to improve your own writing too. Well, let's go. So here is our first question, and this is from interactive writing. And the question is, describe the most memorable holiday you've ever had. What made this holiday so special? How does it continue to impact you today? So here is a student's response, and you can pause the video and read it if you want, but we will improve it together. And they scored 115 to 125. So it's still a pretty good answer, but we're going to improve it by at least 20 points. How and what are these 3 questions? Well, the 3 questions. The first one is about structure, okay? It is, how can I improve the structure of my answer? Okay, how can I improve the structure of my answer? So that means having a strong opening, having clear paragraphs, and a logical order. That means the order of our ideas make sense and they're easy to understand. The next one is connect, right? How can I make my ideas flow more naturally? Or just, how can I connect my ideas, right? So we need to link our ideas. We use transitions, words like although, however, in addition, and we avoid repetition. We don't want to keep repeating ourselves. And finally, we want to create smoother sentences. That means connecting our sentences. The last question is, how can I make my ideas stronger? Okay, so we need to explain our ideas, right? Add useful details and give examples, and especially answer why and how. You will see what I mean later, but these are really important. So just to remember, to recap, it's structure, right? How can I improve the structure? Connect my ideas, and then develop our ideas. Structure, connect, develop. Let's go. So like I said, this student got a score of 115 to 125 on their first answer. Their word count was very good with 123. And today I'm not going to be focusing on grammar, but if you go to Arno, you can always check your grammar and learn from your mistakes. It's literally the best place to improve your Duolingo English Test score fast. So go over to Arno and try that for yourself. So let's have a look then. A memorable holiday I have ever had was when I went to New Zealand with my friends. So let's first think about structure. Is that a good topic sentence? Is that a good opening? I don't think so. I think we should use the question, right? The most memorable holiday you've ever had. So we can have it like this. One of the most memorable holiday. Is holiday correct? No. Remember, it's always one of many, S. One of the most memorable holidays I have ever had was when I went to New Zealand. Okay, countries need to have capital letters, with my friends. So we can't really connect, can we? Because it's the first sentence. Can we develop our ideas? Can we provide more details? I think we can. So this person went for 2 weeks. So maybe one of the most memorable holidays I've ever had was when I went, and what kind of holiday was it? When I went on a 2-week, let's just put 2 like that, a 2-week road trip. Everyone likes a road trip to New Zealand. So memorable holidays I've ever had was when I went on a 2-week road trip to New Zealand with my friends. What kind of friends are they? School friends? Let's just put close friends. Already that sounds better. Next, we stayed there for 2 weeks. Well, we need to delete that, don't we? We visited many different places. So let's add some adjectives, right? We're now developing. We visited many different places. It's a very short sentence. We visited many different, incredible, and breathtaking places. Easy. So here we saw mountains and lakes, small towns. We watched the sunrise. It just feels like this person is just listing what they did. We need to now connect. So here we visited many different incredible, breathtaking places. For example, there you go. Now we can provide some examples. If you have seen my other lessons about peel, right? Point, your main idea, explain, example, and link. I'll put a link in the comments for a free PDF for you to help you, okay? So for example, we saw mountains, lakes, and small towns. Again, if you want, you can add adjectives. Huge mountains, wide lakes, I don't know. What kind of lakes are they? Peaceful lakes and small towns. We watched the sunrise. I think here we need more context. One time, we even watched the sunrise at Lake Tekapo. So that is a place name, Lake Tekapo. One time, we even watched the sunrise at Lake Tekapo. We woke up early. We woke up very early. Maybe we had to wake up. Sounds a bit better. We had to wake up very early to see it, and it was really beautiful. It was really beautiful. Great. So now we want to develop, thinking of why and how. So why was it beautiful? How? In what way? So we had to wake up very early to see it, and it was very beautiful because of the reflection, maybe? The reflection of all the colors on the lake. Something like that. We're explaining, okay? We're answering the why and how. I also like spending time with my friends. Now, can you feel that this is a new idea? Completely new idea. So let's have a new paragraph. Okay, so let's try to improve the structure by just having a clearer sentence at the start and use maybe a transition. Although the views were incredible, here we need a comma, I especially enjoyed, shall we say? Just the word like is always a bit simple, right? I especially enjoyed spending time with my friends because we had a lot of fun together. Because we have a lot of fun together. That's a bit simple. You can keep it. Because we made memories that will last a lifetime. Something like this. I think this holiday was special. Maybe here we can put in addition. Or, yeah, in addition, why not? In addition, I truly believe, so instead of think, right? I don't like think, like, good, bad, right? We need more. I truly believe this holiday was so special because I had many new experiences and many great memories with some of my closest friends. Here I'm just developing it a little bit more with some of my closest friends. It also made me want made me want to travel more in the future because I realized, oh, this person wrote UK spelling. Woo! American spelling is fine too, with a Z. So it also made me want to travel more in the future because I realized there are so many interesting places to visit around the world. Again, I'm just making it longer. I still remember this holiday and I hope I can have another trip like this. Yeah, I think, you know what, let's just keep that and put overall. So we're just adding these words to connect our ideas and show that it's the end. Overall, I still remember this holiday and I hope I can have another trip like this soon. Okay, fantastic. So I'm just going to check for any mistakes and then let's see what score we get. Okay, there aren't too many mistakes. One thing I would say is colors here. I did the American spelling. So if you want American or English, British English, it doesn't matter, but try to be the same. Try to be consistent. So we'll keep that. And here, because I had many new experiences and made, those are the only two real grammar mistakes, okay? So with only a few changes, we now have a score of 145 to 155, which is fantastic. Okay, now let's look at the second question. So here is the second question. It was pick one particular event or moment from this memorable holiday and describe it in detail. How did that moment contribute to making the holiday special for you? So how did it help to make it special for you? So here is the student's answer to part 2, and they scored 115 to 125 again. So let's improve it. The first thing I notice is the structure, right? Let's use the question to help us. Particular event or moment. So maybe one particular moment that stood out was when we watched the sunrise at Lake Tekapo. Remember, it's a place, so we need to capitalize. We woke up very early because we did not want to miss it. That sounds good. We can add some transition words. Although we woke up very early. We weren't tired. We weren't tired because we were so excited and did not want to miss it. So you see now that sentence is a lot longer, isn't it? At first it was still dark. Can you think of a different way to say dark? At first it was still pitch black. I think we need a hyphen there. Pitch black, that means really dark. Also, you can add idiomatic expressions for other words. We woke up very early. We could say, we woke up at the crack of dawn. Dawn. So that's a really fun way to say we woke up very early. So at first it was still pitch black, but the sun slowly rose. Let me think. At first it was still pitch black, but the sun peeked its head. Should we say, no, peeked out of the horizon. Peeked out of the horizon. The lake looked very beautiful and everything was quiet. So now I want you to think about developing. So why was it beautiful? Why was it quiet? How? So the lake was very beautiful because of the reflection of the sunrise. Also, everything was quiet. Because, why was everything quiet? Yeah, because nobody was around, maybe. Also, everything was I was going to say quiet as a mouse, but I think there's too many idiomatic expressions. Also, everything was so quiet because nobody was around. My friends and I stood together. Yeah, no one was around. My friends and I stood together. How did they stand together? My friends and I stood together in silence and enjoyed the view. What kind of view was it? So again, this is a breathtaking view. We took some photos, but seeing it with our own eyes was much better. So let's use another transition word. Despite taking, I'm guessing they took a lot of photos. So despite taking hundreds of photos, seeing it with our own eyes was much better. You could say, you can't beat it, but that's fine, much better. I think this moment, let's try to use a different word instead of think. Maybe, I truly believe this moment made the holiday extra special. Extra special because we shared it together. They forgot a period there, didn't they? I truly believe this moment made the holiday extra special because we shared it together with the people we love, with the people, yeah, with friends, with close friends, with just, yeah, why not? Let me read that. And we can tell the reader that it's the end. Just put an overall. Overall, I truly believe this moment made the holiday extra special because we shared it together with our closest friends. Now it sounds nicer. Okay, and like last time, it's really important to check your answer because it's so easy to make little mistakes. So let's have a look. I think, yeah, I'm going to take that comma off. I don't think we need the comma there. What else? The sun slowly peeked out of the horizon. Peeked out of the horizon. Peeked out. Maybe from the horizon sounds better. The sun slowly peeked out from the horizon. My friends and I stood overall. I truly believe this moment made the holiday extra special because we shared it with my closest friends. Yeah, we could change that because I shared it with my closest friends. Maybe that's slightly more correct, but we'll stop there. Let's see what score we get. I click submit and Arno will tell us what score we get. There you are, 150 to 160. Okay, so what can you learn from this lesson? After you write your answer in Arno, ask yourself, how can I improve the structure? How can I connect my ideas? And how can I develop my ideas? Try that, answer them, and I am sure that you will improve your score by at least 10 to 20 points. So please try it. Let me know how you get on. Okay, I hope this was useful, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.